Hello and welcome. Our topic for today is using the midpoint formula. To understand the concept, let's do some questions. The first one says solve. Find the midpoint between -1, -4 and -2, -3. Before we go on to solve the question, let's understand the formula for the midpoint. If x1, y1 is one end of a line and x2, y2 is the other end of the line, so we take 2 points and we draw this line, a rough line, and we say M is the midpoint and has the coordinates x, y. Then the coordinates of the midpoint x, y are given one. X is equals to x1 plus x2 by 2, and the y coordinate of the midpoint is given by y1 plus y2 by 2. So we'll be using this formula to find out the midpoints. Coming back to the question, we are given -1, -4. So we write down -1, -4 and -2, -3. Let this be x1, this is y1, this is x2, and this is y2. Let the coordinates of midpoint be x, y. Now using the formula, x equals to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So we plug in the value of x1, that's -1, x2 is -2 divided by 2, which is equals to -1 minus 2 is -3 by 2. Now we'll calculate the y coordinate, y1 plus y2 by 2. y1 is given by -4, y2 is given by -3 divided by 2, which is equals to -7 by 2. Therefore the coordinates of the midpoint are given by -3 by 2, -7 by 2. This is our final answer and can be seen in option B. Let's try the next question. Solve. 18, 4 is the midpoint between -3, -14 and another point. We have to find the other point. So let's quickly draw a rough diagram. It says 18, 4 is a midpoint. So we are given the midpoint coordinates as 18, 4. This is the midpoint between -3, -14 and another point. Let the other point be x2, y2. So this is my x1, y1. I have been given my x and y and I have to find out x2 and y2. So we'll use the formula x equals to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So our x is 18, x1 is -3, x2 we have to find out, divided by 2. We cross multiply, we get -3 plus x2 equals to 18 times 2 is 36. To find out the value of x2, we add 3 to both sides, equals to 36 plus 3. -3 plus 3 is 0. x2 equals to 39. So we've got one coordinate of the other point. Let's find out the other. Y equals to y1 plus y2 divided by 2. We give y as 4 equals to y1 is -14 plus y2 divided by 2. We cross multiply, y2 minus 14 equals to 8. To find out the value of y2, we add 14 to both sides. Let's see what we get. -14 plus 14 is a 0 and 8 plus 14 is a 22. So y2 equals to 22. So we can say the other point is given by the coordinates 39, 22. This is our final answer and can be seen in option A. Let's do another question. M is the midpoint between L and Z. M has the coordinates -5, 6. L has coordinates of -14, 12. We have to find out Z. So let's again draw it. M is the midpoint between L and Z. So L and Z are the two endpoints. M is the midpoint. Coordinates of L are given as negative 14, 12. Coordinates of M are given as negative 5, 6. We have to find out of Z, that is x2, y2 we have to find out. So this is our x1, y1, this is x, this is y. Now we know the formula, x equals to x1 plus x2 by 2. So we'll plug in these values over here. X is given as negative 5, x1 is negative 14 plus x2 divided by 2. We cross multiply. Negative 14 plus x2 equals to negative 10, because this is negative 5 times 2. So to find out the value of x2, we add 14 to both sides. Let's see what we get. It's negative 10 plus 14. Negative 14 plus 14 is a 0. x2 equals to negative 10 plus 14 equals to a 4. Now we'll find out the y coordinate of the other point. Y equals to y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Y is given by 6. Y1 is 12 plus y2 we have to find out, divided by 2. We cross multiply, we get 12 plus y2 equals to 12, 6 times 2. To find out the value of y2, we subtract 12 from both sides. So let's see what we get. 12 minus 12 is 0 over here. Even on the right hand side, 12 minus 12 is 0. So therefore we get y2 equals to 0. So we have the y coordinate as 0 and the x coordinate as 4 of the other endpoint. So the answer is given by 4, 0. This is the final answer and can be seen in option C. I hope using the midpoint formula it's easy now. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.